Hello and welcome to all of the earth signs, the Taurus, the Capricorn, and the Virgo, and welcome. If you're new to my channel, you are very welcome here. If you are returning, welcome back. All right, so I have just spent the last 2 hours figuring out a new camera, a new microphone, and I'm a little frustrated. So for those of you that know anything about intuitives and psychics, and those of us that spend a lot of time in the ethereal, you'll know that the ethereal energies aren't exactly compatible with the earthbound technology. So, having said that, I do apologize if there are any glitches in this. I do apologize if things are a little wonky. If you do have any comments about the quality of this video or the audio, please send me a message. I would love your feedback so that I can make things better for you guys. Okay. As always, I have to do my little disclaimers, which is I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a certified financial advisor. So therefore, anything that you see or hear in this video that may be construed as specific financial, medical, or legal advice, it is not that. Okay. Please remember, these are general readings. Some of it will resonate with some of you. Some of it will not resonate with some of you. You know, that old saying, you can please some of the people all of the time, all of the people some of the time, but you cannot please all of the people all of the time. And those are words to live by. Please remember your free will, and please take responsibility for your own decisions. If you are here, chances are that you are vibrating on a higher energetic level and you understand the responsibility in making your own decisions. All right, enough said. Happy late birthday to the late Aquarians, and happy early birthday to the early Pisceans. If there are any watching this, if you do have any of the earth in your chart and you have decided to watch any of these videos, happy birthday. All right, what else can we go on about? Oh, yes. There's a certain date coming up on the calendar that corresponds to a lot of hearts and love and little cupids floating around. Let's see if any of that comes up for any of you in your readings this month. The readings are going to be general in nature. I'm going to be doing 6 card pulls. There will be timestamps in the description for the Taurans, the Virgos, and the Capricorns. So feel free to use the timestamps. Let's just move over a little bit. No, we're going to move back over here. See, like I said, I'm still working on this new camera and trying to get things centered. Let's get started. First, we are going to tap into the Taurus in the group. So let's tap into your energy, Taurus. As I mentioned, we're going to be doing 6 card pulls. Let's see if there's any love that comes up for you, because we are going to be starting off with your energy now. The first card that I'm going to pull is going to be your energy now, and I am pulling these very, very close to February the 14th. Okay. Where is Taurus now? Middle of February 2023. Okay, and our first card on the floor. Let's pick that up. Now, just a reminder that I do leave all cards upside down so that I can't see them before you get to see them and before I start talking about them. The reason that I do this is because oftentimes as I get partway through your reading, I do start to pick up intuitive and psychic hits, which I begin to talk about. And then as I turn the cards over, they often clarify or confirm what I have been picking up. And when that happens, it's just that much more powerful for the reading. Okay, Taurus, we are now on to pulling a card for what you are focusing on for the last half of February. The next card that we're going to pull is your difficult influences. Let's see what your difficult influences are for end of February 2023. Oh, there we go. You can see there's a card there poking up, popping up a little bit. All right, let's see. This makes sense. What makes sense? Taurus, last half of February 2023. Cards are starting to get messy. All right, what makes sense for the Taurans? Come on, travelers. You said you wanted to come out to play. There it is. There's your card. All right. Let's have a look at your unexpected insights. What is unexpected? Yeah, definitely going to the fairies for that one. Unexpected insights. Oh, I caught that one before it got off the table. All right, general overall outcome. Where are the Taurans going to be? What's their focus, their energy, general overall outcome for the end of February 2023? And there we go. We've got that card sticking up. Oh, there's actually two cards there. So let's set them down. Taurus, where are you now? What energies are influencing you? You've got the 8 of Autumn. Do more research before proceeding. This card is a card of sit back, relax. It's not a card of procrastination. It's a card of research. It's a card of do your research, pay attention to what's going on around you. There are things going on perhaps below the surface around you. Oh, camera. There we go. This is encouraging you towards research, towards potentially taking some more seminars, maybe registering for a class, some kind of education, an apprenticeship. This is saying that this is in preparation for long-term projects. This isn't for short-term projects. And so this is where you are at now, which would be around the middle of February 2023 as I'm pulling these cards. This tells me that you're kind of in this holding pattern. You're exploring different options and you're thinking, what's next? What's on the horizon for me right now? So this is where you're at right now, Taurus. And your focus right now is the direction guardian. Choose your path. Oh my, does that not make sense after the card that we just pulled, the 8 of Autumn, that this card is indicating that you are in a holding pattern. You are in a pattern of preparation. You are, looking at things, doing your research, potentially registering for and looking for some classes. And your focus is finding your direction right now. Does that not make sense or what? Okay, direction guardian. What your focus on is for the last half of February, Taurus, is choosing your path, making sure that you are clear in your own mind as to the direction you want to take. I do want to say that for some of you, this choosing your path does pertain to career and what you are deciding upon for career. But for others, for a very small percentage of you, this card is actually relating to relationships and making a decision about a direction of a relationship, which makes sense given that, February 14th is right here. And many, many people right around February 14th begin to explore love and relationships. It's just that energy that comes in for many of us at this time of the year. So, yeah, let's have a look at what your difficult influence is you've got postponement, which is the equivalent to the Four of Swords in the traditional tarot. And what the postponement card indicates is that we are perhaps procrastinating or setting things aside. We are allowing our fears to influence us so that we're actually not getting out into the world. Okay, so this is your difficult influence for the last half of February, Taurus, that you are postponing things. You are not really experiencing things. Because if you look closely at the picture on this card, the person in the foreground is inside. It's like they're inside a home and they're looking out and everything is colorful and nice outside, and yet they are restricting themselves in what they're doing because they are remaining inside their home, which makes them kind of gray and uninspired. Okay, so that's your difficult influence for the last half of February 2023. Let's have a look at this. Makes sense, right? Walking beauty, the wondrous universe. So you are being reminded, as you are kind of isolating yourself and living in this postponement, as you are in this place of researching and looking into the future and choosing a new path, it makes sense that a card would come up to remind you that the universe is a wondrous place. When we have the opportunity, and I do want to call it an opportunity, some people, when they are forced into a situation where they have to choose a new path, they look at it as negative rather than looking at it as the old saying goes, when one door closes, another opens. And this is telling me right now, Taurus, that one door has closed for you. And so you do have this opportunity in front of you right now to select a new path, to walk on a new path. And you're being reminded that it's a wondrous universe and there is so much out there, so much opportunity. Let's have a look at your unexpected insights. Okay, unexpected insights. You got the moon here, which is about intuition, powerful epiphanies, things coming up for you. But this card is also a card of karma. It's a card of opposites. It's a card of the yin and the yang. Just as the moon has a number of different phases, including the full moon, which is nice and bright, and the new moon, which is dark, there are two sides to every story. There is the light and there is the dark. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. All of these things come up when the moon card comes up. So Taurus, what this is saying is that as you are choosing a new path, as you are in this place of, looking into different education, maybe some seminars, learning, researching, what this card is saying for your unexpected influences is that there are two sides to every story. So as you are researching, make sure that what you are researching is not just one-sided. Okay? Make sure that any education that you're going into is balanced. Okay? Same with this card. As you choose a new path, make sure that you are recognizing and acknowledging that right now there's a fork in the road for you. There's a choice that you can make. And that is what the moon is coming up in your unexpected influences for, is to make sure that you are aware that there isn't just one choice on the table for you, Taurus, right now. Okay. The moon card also wants us to let go of worry and fear, recognizing that when we come to this Y in the road for us, when we come to this place where we can make decisions, when we are exploring the wondrous universe, when we are researching, because we do have this split in the road, that really, the more you worry about the decision or the choice that you have to make, the less easy that choice becomes, right? So just recognize the yin and the yang, and that is balanced. The light and the dark is balanced. And so your choice, so long as you are looking at both sides of the coin and not being narrow-minded, you have the capacity to make the right decision, no matter which path you choose to follow. Let's have a look at your outcome for the end of February. Outcome. Okay. You have the silence card as well as the maturity card. So what this is telling me, Taurus, is that in order to make this decision that is coming down the pipes at you, okay, you are going to need to spend some time in silence, in meditation, in quiet contemplation of the choices that are being presented to you. And when you do that, you will be able to make your decision or your choice from a place of maturity. Okay. What these outcome cards are telling me, Taurus, is that by the end of February, you will be coming from a place of maturity and from that place of quiet contemplation, of really, really knowing yourself and knowing the choices and decisions that you have to make. But these choices and decisions are based on the research that you're doing right now in mid-February, because this card is all about mid-February. You are focusing on your path for the last 2 weeks of February. You're recognizing that you are postponing something in your life. You know that the world is wondrous, okay? And you are making your decision in a balanced way. You are looking at both sides of the coin. You're looking at the light and the dark before you make that decision. And that's what brings in the maturity as you make these decisions to go forward. So thank you, Taurus. I greatly appreciate you being here. If this resonated with you and you enjoyed it, please, by all means, click on the like button. It will help me to grow the channel, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's just pause. Okay, Virgos, let's get started. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there is a possibility that this could turn into a love reading, not sure, could turn into an exploration of where you're at with regards to love and relationships, not sure what's going to come up in the cards. Just a reminder that as I do pull the cards, I do leave the cards face down until I'm actually ready to turn them over and read them for you. And that way, as intuitive insights come up for me and I begin to talk about what's coming up, as I turn the cards over, when they confirm those intuitive insights, it just gives the reading a little bit more oomph. So, Virgos, let me tap into your energies. And let's pull a card for where you're at now. Where you're at now in the middle of February 2023 for the Virgos. Where are they now? Where's their energy now? What are they concentrating on? Okay, I don't know if you can see, there's a card there that's kind of sticking up and bouncing around. Okay. Virgo, what is your focus for the last half of February 2023? What are you focusing on? Interesting. Getting called towards similar decks that I was called upon for your counterpart, the Taurus. The Taurans. Difficult influences. Yeah, I'm getting called to the same decks. It'll be interesting to see if similar energies are coming out. And there we go. We've got a card. Nope, it slipped back into the deck, so it wasn't the right card. Uh-oh. I'll be right back. Your card managed to land itself quite a ways away from my chair. All right. Let's have a look at this makes sense. What makes sense for you right now, Virgo? This makes sense. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And your unexpected insights, unexpected influences, unexpected insights. We're going to go here. All right, the cards are changing decks. Different energies coming up. Okay. We actually have 3 cards that have popped out together for your unexpected insights, Virgo, for the last half of February. Where are we going for outcome? General overall outcome. Oh, that's interesting. I'm getting called all the way over here to a deck that I actually wasn't planning on using. And we've got tons of cards coming out. All right. Virgo, where are you now? Oh, you got the moon. This is really interesting. I'm going to encourage you to go and watch the end of the video for the Taurans, because at the end of the Taurus video, they got this card, the moon card. Okay. This is a card of intuition coming into your life, but it's also a card of you being able to see both sides of the coin, recognizing that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, recognizing the yin and the yang. The moon, as you know, has a full phase as well as a new phase, a light phase and a dark phase. So this card is about the yin and the yang. It's about the choices. It's about being able to see the big picture, not just seeing one side of what's going on around us. Okay. And so Virgos, this is the card that's coming up for you now here in the middle of February, that you are at this place of being able to see both sides of a story. What's coming up for me intuitively for you, Virgos, right now is that there is this great division that's happening in the world right now. We all know about this great division that's happening. And unfortunately, for many people, they can't see the other side of the story. They can't see the other side of the narrative. They are very much focused with blinders on that this is the narrative that they believe, that they embrace, and they're not able to see when people come into their lives who are not seeing things from their perspective. And what this card is telling me, Virgos, is that right now is the perfect opportunity for you to be able to see both sides and perhaps exercise a whole lot of compassion and understanding for those people who are not seeing both sides of the story. For those people that have their blinders on. Yeah. This card is also a card about letting go of worries and fears. That despite the division that's happening right now, Virgo, understand that regardless of which side of the narrative people are on, that is their truth. And therefore, that is their reality going forward. All right, let's have a look at what you're focusing on. Okay, focus for the last half of February 2023, Virgo, is the sun. Now, the sun, regardless of whether it comes up in the traditional tarot, in the major arcana, or whether it comes up in any of the oracle card decks, the sun represents happiness. And it's always a positive card. Okay. So for me right now, what I'm picking up for you, Virgos, with having the moon come up in your now and where you're at now, and your ability to be able to see both sides of the coin and see both sides of the story, your focus for the last half of February is that in this understanding of both sides, you can now allow joy and happiness and the sun into your life. Okay. There's no longer the need or the requirement in your mind to have this division, because with the moon coming in, you can see the division, you understand it from a higher perspective, and now you can just get on with living and enjoying your life. Your difficult influence right now is that this is making you feel like an outsider. Okay? Because of the division. There's my camera. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to fix that. I don't know what's going on. But because of the division, because of the narrative that has created this division, when you finally wake up and recognize that the division is a narrative, and eventually we're all going to have to come back together, you become an outsider. You really feel like an outsider because all of a sudden you're seeing things that other people can't see and they can't understand. And so when your perspectives don't align with other people's, you feel like this outsider. And so this is your difficult influence, Virgo, for the last half of February 2023. Not such a bad place to be, really. Sometimes, actually, most of the time, for the vast majority of us, being the outsider is that place where huge leaps and bounds of learning happen. Because when you're part of the lemmings, and we know what lemmings do, when you're a part of that crowd, you can't learn and you can't foresee what's going to happen. So being an outsider is actually a positive. Okay, let's have a look at what makes sense. Right. Unlock the magic within. You've got the magic guardian in the this makes sense position of this reading. Okay. What this is telling me is that, well, first of all, the moon is about intuitive guidance. It's about seeing the whole picture, seeing both sides of the coin, which means that there's a lot of growth that happens there. And then you just get on with your life. You continue living. Yeah, maybe you feel like the outsider, but that's not such a bad thing because there's learning that happens there. And then all of a sudden you get the magic. The magic comes into your life. The magic guardian comes into your life because when you can start to see the whole picture, you realize what's going on. But you also recognize, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that when you can begin to see the whole picture, it awakens something within you. It awakens your intuition, but it also awakens your realization of the law of attraction and our ability to create our reality. When we're only seeing things from one perspective with our blinders on, we're not seeing the whole picture. When we see the whole picture, we can recognize there's magic all around us and we are actually creating this. And let's have a look at unexpected influences. Ooh, okay. Unexpected influences. You actually have 3 cards here. You have the adventure card. Woohoo! You have the traveling card. And unfortunately, you also have the miser. Okay. These 3 cards together, Virgos, your unexpected influences, your unexpected insights for the last half of February 2023 is that there is adventure coming for you. And that could be in the form of travel. Now, this may be physical travel, going out, getting on an airplane, train, automobile, going somewhere new. But for some of you, it's actually not physical travel. It's magical travel, or that which is always being referred to as magic, but in reality It's part of our reality and always has been. Virgo, I know that for some of you who are very, very earth-based and very grounded, some of what I'm saying is all airy-fairy and out there. Oh my God, where is Marnie going with this today? But what I'm saying is what you are doing right now at the end of February 2023 is you are waking up to a whole new reality. You are waking up to this magic that has always been there for us. But as an earth sign, you're grounded and grounded in this slow moving, sludgy reality. But the moon and the magic guardian are waking you up to something that is unimaginable to you right now. Okay. So some of this traveling and this adventure that are coming up for you at the end of February is actually about dreams. It's about lucid dreaming. It's about astral travel. All of this is coming up just from looking at these cards for you, Virgo. There is some magic coming up, but the miser. The miser. What are we going to do about her? What the miser is telling me is that for many of you being earth-based, wanting to stay grounded, you're letting her into your life. You're letting this miser into your life. You're letting fear come into your life. What the miser card actually represents is holding on to the past. And when you hold on to the past, guess what? You're going to quash adventure and travel, whether that be physical adventure and physical travel, planes, trains, automobiles, or whether that just be the awakening and realization that we can travel in our minds and create new realities. It doesn't matter. Holding on to these past beliefs. Now, I want you to look closely at the card. The miser is the card that shows us it's an old lady. She's wearing her old furs, her old feathers, and her old jewels. She is holding on to the past and the past belief for dear life. Does this serve her? No, she doesn't look particularly happy at all. So Virgos, let go of the past. Right now, you are in a magical, magical time. All of these cards are telling me that you are in a magical time. But in order to fully embrace all of this magic, this adventure, and this travel, you're going to have to let go of the past. Let's have a look at your general overall outcomes. My goodness, what are the chances? Okay, general overall outcomes for the end of February 2023. Virgo, you've got a hurricane. This card is asking you to stay centered, not get caught up in all of the wind and the storm that's out here. Be the eye of the storm right now. As you are in the center of the storm, as all of the narratives are raging around you, and you can hear both sides of the story now based on the moon and the magic guardian. As that storm is raging, you're centered, you're grounded. You are going to, what's the second card? Shed the past. You've got the snake. What did I tell you? Before I even turned these cards over, I told you that in order to move forward, the miser was telling you, let go of the past. There is an adventure that awaits you. Sure, hurricanes are exciting, but you are the center of that storm. You are the calm in the middle of it because you're shedding the past. You're letting go of old beliefs. Now, there's one more card for your outcome. It's the waterfall. It's the persistence card. Hopefully that's coming into focus. Maybe. Waterfall, persistence. I can't get this into focus, but waterfall and persistence. What this final card of your reading for the last half of February 2023 is telling me, Virgos, in order for you to succeed with regards to the magic guardian, And with regards to bringing in the adventure and the travel into your life, what needs to happen? You need persistence. And I apologize for my camera doing this wonky thing. You need persistence. You need to stay the path. Okay. Your difficult influence this month is feeling like an outsider. But as I mentioned, feeling like an outsider is actually a good thing because that's where growth happens. If you are a lemming and you follow everybody else off the side of the cliff, if you're the buffalo that decides to be part of the group that is chased off the side of the cliff, you're not learning anything. You're not seeing the big picture. You are meant to feel like an outsider right now. And this is going to require persistence as you let go of the past. Trust me, let go of the past. Let go of the old way of doing things. See things from a different perspective. Great and wonderful, beautiful things are going to come from this, Virgo. Just trust me on this. But you've got two cards in this reading that speak really, really loudly to letting go of the past. The past no longer serves you. It no longer serves your highest good. Right now is the time for you to let go. End of February 2023, let go of the past, shed your old skin, recreate yourself. All right. Thank you so much, Virgo. I greatly appreciate you being here. If you did like this video, like, subscribe, do whatever it takes. Help me to continue to grow and produce this content for everyone so that they can grow the way that you're going to be growing, so that they can experience the magic. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move on to the Capricorns. Now, interestingly, I'm recording this right around February 14th. I was actually expecting some of these readings to turn into love readings, but none of them have yet. Let's see if this turns into a love reading or general reading for you, the Capricorns. Let's get started. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you watched the introduction, I am dealing with new camera, new microphone. So I apologize for technical difficulties. I noticed with some of the earlier videos that I've recorded, the camera does like to focus and unfocus and focus and unfocus, and I apologize. All right, Capricorn, let's start your 6-card pull with cards of where you are at now. Mid-February 2023, where are you at now? Also, before I start pulling cards, 2 things. One, I leave all of the cards face down as I'm pulling them out, and I don't know what the cards are until I actually turn them over and start reading them. The reason that I do it this way is that as I go through your reading, I do come up with intuitive and psychic insights, and I start talking about them. And then as I turn the cards over, the cards confirm those psychic and intuitive insights. And it just gives the reading a little bit more of that oomph or push. Also, Capricorn, I encourage you to watch either the Taurus or the Virgo, because strangely, there have been a lot of coincidences and similar type cards coming up. So you may be interested in the videos for the other earth signs as well, Capricorn. Right. Where are you at now? Where are you now? Mid-February 2023. Oh, we almost had a card come out. Right. Oh, and there we go. We've got cards flying. We've actually got 2 cards that have come out here. So I will put them face down. Let's have a look at your focus. What are you focusing on? Interesting. Okay, I was immediately called towards the angels and ancestors, and then I got told, nope, and go towards Osho's end. So that's what we will do. All right, Capricorn, last half of February 2023 focus. Do you see that card? Bouncing on the top, that is your focus. Let's have a look at your difficult influences. Yeah, I'm getting called back to the fairies for your difficult influences, Capricorn. Okay, is that card actually going to come out? I don't know if you can see, there's one card here sticking out. All right, I think that's going to be your difficult influences. What makes sense? What makes sense right now? Okay. Capricorn. Last half of February 2023. All right. Okay. Unexpected influences. Where are we going for your unexpected influences, Capricorn? Last half of February 2023. Well, looks like I'm getting called back to the fairies again. I'll be talkative for you. Unexpected influences with Capricorn. Yeah. Oh, anything else? Oh, right. We've got actually 3 cards, and let's figure out what your general overall outcome is. So by the end of February 2023, where is Capricorn going to be? This deck keeps saying that it wants to come out and talk, and then it just likes being coupled, maybe. All right, we do have one card that's jumped right out. Don't know if you caught that on the microphone or not. All right. Capricorn, where are you at now? Queen of Autumn and Princess of Winter. So we've got some swords and some pentacles coming up. We've got the Princess of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is representative of helping your dreams to come true, but in a really, really practical way. She is not about doing things in an airy-fairy way. She does like to make her world beautiful, though. We also have the Princess of Swords coming in. She represents somebody who's being undiplomatic, and someone who is receiving information that they require and they need, but it's information that they may not want to get. I want to point out as well right now that with these 2 females coming in, both a princess and a queen, there is a lot of feminine energy coming up for you right now, Capricorn, which is really interesting. Yeah, so what else am I picking up for these 2 cards for, like, where you're at right now, Capricorn? Okay. What's coming in strongly for me is that there is something that needs to be said. And there are 2 different ways in which we can say things. We can be very diplomatic, or we can be undiplomatic and blurt things out. The Queen of Pentacles wants to make things more beautiful. Let's see if we can get these into focus for you. The Queen of Pentacles wants to make things really beautiful for you. But the princess has something that she wants to say. Right now, middle of February 2023, Capricorns, what's coming up for me is that you're going to need to be a little bit careful with your words, both in response to some information that's going to be coming in for you that perhaps you don't really want that information. It's information you need, but it's not information you want to hear. And your response to that needs to be kind and gentle and possibly even beautiful. You want to handle things with feminine energy, which is a kind and gentle way of doing things right now. Let's have a look at what you're focusing on. What are you focusing on right now, Capricorn? Laziness. This card is the equivalent to the 9 of Cups in the traditional tarot, and it's all about sitting back, chilling out, and going, yeah, I've arrived. I'm here. I'm just going to sit here on the beach and enjoy my margarita. So really, this card is, I don't want to say it's so much about laziness, Capricorn, but it is about sitting back, relaxing, chilling temporarily, enjoying the fruits of your labors. That's your focus right now. What is your difficult influence? Okay, your difficult influence right now is the world, freedom to go in any direction. You know what? This is starting to come together. This is starting to come together for me. Capricorns, you've got too many choices right now. You've got too many things on the table. What's coming up for me with these first two cards, with the Queen and with the Princess, is that you've got a lot of choices right now. You could go either way. You could go a couple of different directions, which is great and wonderful, but you don't have all of the information yet. That you're avoiding some information. There's information coming in that's going to help you. That's what this Princess is all about. But you're avoiding some of that information, Capricorn. And so that's putting you in this place of being a little bit lazy, sitting back, chilling out, because you're not facing some of the realities that you need to be facing right now, Capricorn. The world could be yours, but there are certain aspects that you're not paying attention to. I don't know what these other cards are, but I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think that some of these cards are going to represent that Capricorn right now, you've got a little bit of blinders on, okay? You're seeing the world from a very focused point of view, and you're not recognizing that there's more to it and there's more going on. And so that's put you in a place of not wanting to make decisions. This laziness card is about you chilling, but you're chilling there's two different reasons or purposes behind chilling. Some of it's because, okay, job well done. I've done what I needed to do. I can sit back and chill. And some of it is because we're feeling overwhelmed because of the choices that are being put before us. And that's these two cards together is saying we've got too many choices. We're not paying attention to the big picture, the world picture. And so we're in this place of just sitting back because we can't face it right now. Okay. Let's have a look at what's making sense for you. Right. What makes sense for you right now is the Dolphin, which is the listening card. What did I just say? You're not listening. You're not paying attention. There is a message that is coming in for you. When you receive that message, you need to receive that message with grace, with the grace of a princess or the grace of a queen. But right now, you're kind of ignoring it. And this card is saying, pay attention, listen. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is that with dolphins, as with most animals that communicate, including humans, listening isn't just about hearing the words, yada, 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 yada. Okay. Listening is also about paying really, really close attention to the intonation, to the tone of the voice, to that sing-song. Is it sing-songy or is it an angry voice? Okay. Capricorns, you're being called these last 2 weeks of February, you are being called upon to pay really, really close attention to what you are hearing. Difficult influences, the world coming up in difficult influences for you, Capricorn, is telling me that right now, there's a whole whack of information coming into you, perhaps to the point of overwhelm. The Dolphin card is reminding you to really, really pay attention to that which is coming into you and how it's coming into you. Okay. We're going to look at your unexpected influences in just a minute, but at the beginning, I mentioned that there was a lot of feminine energy, which indicates that I've been reading this as a general reading for you, Capricorn. I think that for many of you, this is all about love and relationships, intimate relationships. That's why there was so much feminine energy in this initial 2 cards. Communication is the key in intimate relationships, personal relationships. And we need to be listening. Really? The first card, as I turn these over, is the 2 of Summer, also known as the 2 of Cups, also known as the second Lovers card in the deck. So in the major arcana of the traditional tarot, we have the Lovers card, but the 2 of Cups, or the 2 of Summer card, is also a Lovers card. I'll just read what's on this card. Falling in love, making a serious commitment to someone, forgiveness, and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. This card is about communication in love. Okay. You also have received 2 Wands card or Spring cards. Okay. You have received the 10 of Spring or 10 of Wands. And you have also, King of Spring and the 10 of Spring. Okay. I will just show you these 2 cards. We're getting focus. We're getting reflection. Oh, joy. I mean, technology. Wonderful thing. Okay. What this is telling me is that these 2 feminine energies that have come in here is about communication with feminine softness. Okay. But there is information coming in for you, Capricorn, that you need to pay attention to right now. And it's information that perhaps you don't want, but you need. Okay. And when you receive it, you're being asked to receive it with grace. Your unexpected influences are that, by doing this work, by listening more closely to what's going on around you, there is the opportunity for financial windfall. That's what this King represents. Okay. But this King also represents some leadership skills. I'm going to say that, as I mentioned, a lot of this is coming up as a love reading now, especially with that 2 of Cups coming up, the 2 of Summer coming up. This King is bringing in, and it may be that the King is representing a new partner for you or your existing partner if you're in a relationship, and it's bringing in that masculine energy for you. It is bringing in some of a financial abundance. But there's some leadership there or guidance. You know, all of this up until this point has indicated that there's some confusion on your part. There's overwhelm. There's too much coming in for you to be able to process all at once. And that's why, you know, there's some laziness coming in, because as this overwhelm happens, there's some laziness because you just can't deal with it. This king coming in for your unexpected influences is indicating that there is some guidance on the horizon, but the guidance is going to come in with more of a masculine energy for you, which may kind of rub you the wrong way. Okay. But it's coming in and it's a good thing. And there could be some financial abundance there as well. The 10 of Wands is also coming in for you. This card is about asking for help, and it's about being weighed down by too many responsibilities, which is that confirmation that the world being in your difficult influences is that you are perhaps feeling overwhelmed right now. This card is indicating that, yes, you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but you can ask for help from others. And because this came up with the 2 of Cups or the 2 of Summer, perhaps you can ask your lover, your partner, your intimate relations for help. These 2 cards coming up together is an indication that what you need to be working towards is collaboration by the end of February, Capricorn. Collaboration specifically when it comes to love and intimate relationships. Ask for help. It's okay. You're not going to be judged. And really, with this king coming in kind of on top of these, it's an indication that if you do begin to ask for help from your partner, that, you know, additional abundance and guidance is available to you. Let's have a look at your general overall outcome for the end of February. Yes, a breakthrough is at hand and embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. A breakthrough is at hand, breaking trail. Okay. What all of this is telling me for you, Capricorn, is that you are really on a path to new, beautiful, and great things. And you will embrace that new path with enthusiasm. This breaking trail card, a breakthrough is at hand. It's right around the corner. Things are changing for you right now, Capricorn. And they're changing in a really positive way. Okay. But you can't sit back on your haunches. You can't allow this laziness to happen. Okay. Don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed in this last half of February and go into that place of laziness. Remember to listen and listen to all aspects of the language and everything that's going on around you. And again, with these 3 cards in your unexpected influences, the 10 of Spring, the King of Spring, and the 2 of Summer, I do want to say that I think that as far as personal relationships, intimate relationships go, there's definitely a lot of positivity that's coming your way, but this is going to be really important. This listening is going to be really important for the last 2 weeks of the month, and asking for help. If you're feeling overwhelmed and feeling lazy, ask for help. All right. If you enjoyed this video, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Help me to grow the channel. If you do have any questions or comments, I will put my email down below. And I really appreciate all of you. I will see you again at the beginning of March. Thank you so much.